Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and usually I cover things not sounding like this, but unfortunately, I haven't really gotten much better since my last video. I am trying my best. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm taking care of myself. Not doing a whole lot. Just trying to focus on getting better. Now my throat still feels like I've swallowed glass, and I still sound a little funny. And honestly, today it kind of feels like I'm talking in a tunnel, and for that I apologize. I don't know how that's coming across for y'all with the microphone, but hopefully it's not too horrible. But like I said the last time, I can't imagine not coming and making a video and talking to y'all about all things yarn, whether it's knitting, crochet. Now, I have been kind of crochet heavy lately. I'm still knitting on that cardigan, but I will admit I haven't touched it I haven't touched it since I got sick, so it's been over a week since I touched it. Yeah, huh, bleh. I just, I have to have something to do with my hands, but I don't know. Since I've gotten to feeling bad, I, I haven't felt like knitting, uh, or not on the cardigan. And y'all know me with my little one whip self, or one whip per project. I mean, I don't know what you call it. One knit, one crochet, or one weaving. Like, because I still have that ankle band on that loom over there, which I do want to get back to, because it's not good to leave your loom warped up or strung. It's really not good for it. So I need to get back to that. But with me feeling like this, I don't feel like it. So, what are y'all up to today? Um, when when I think of things I want to come on here and talk about, I kind of wonder what you have going on. I mean, beyond regular life stuff, um, because that our life stuff affects our craft stuff, right? So, when you think about what all people have got going on in their life, and for me, that is unfortunately all this yuck. Oh, I got a hair right there in my face somewhere. It's hitting the tip of my nose. But I think about that, and I think about, what would y'all talk about if you were sitting out in front of me? Would you be talking about all your craft stuff, or would your life stuff be more prominent in your mind? And I do think about those things because you just never know. And when I don't, let me start over. When I have sat down with friends and, we've talked about, sometimes we talk about surface life stuff, and then sometimes we get into deep heart to heart stuff. And then, other times it's none of that. It's the interest that we think that's on the most prominent top of our brain. And for me, that's mostly crafting. and, growing food and my greenhouse and the things that go with that, which is like the canning and the preserving and. But I talked to y'all the last video about this market bag kick I've been on. All right. Now, when I showed y'all this little lovely right here, and I keep showing it because I think this is my hands down most favorite market bag. And this is that Stephanie Zed that I found on YouTube, her tutorial. And the first time I made it, I flew through it and I was like, wow, that was quick. So I had said that I wanted to remake that crochet market bag that I'd sold on the 23 yard sale, the Highway 23 yard sale that I had found by Hand London. Okay. And that's the website, by Hand London. By hand and then London. So I did. All right. And now I remember why I didn't remake it. All right. So the last time I made it was with the chocolate ombre lily sugar and cream cone yarn. And I really liked that color, but I didn't have enough. And I've only got very little left on that cone. Because I think I had made a hand towel with that cone first and then made the market bag with it. So I don't have enough to make another market bag. And I'm going to get some more. But like we said, I'm not going to buy any more yarn at the moment. I've got to work through what I've done, what I've gotten, which I've been working on that since our last video. I told y'all I would. Now, I used about, I'd say, I don't have it with me. I think I have it put back in my wardrobe. And I haven't weighed this thing yet. Because that's generally what I do, especially when it's nothing but yarn and in one color. I will put it on my postal scale and weigh it and kind of see how much yardage or how many ounces I've used. And, this I think is probably going to be about 8 to 10 ounces, maybe. But it's pretty big. It is a substantial market bag. Now, I got so tired of doing this thing that I stopped. I'm like 3 rows short of what it should be. But frankly, I've been too sick and I got too tired of working on this thing. Now, I worked over this over the course of 2 days. And that wasn't constant working. That was, I got so many hairs, just random little sprigs of hair in my eye. I forgot my train of thought. Sorry. We've already talked about the fog brain when you're sick. So when I was working on it, the one bad thing about being sick like this is I can work for about 20, 30 minutes and not even think that a minute has gone by. But then there's sometimes to where 5 minutes feels like 5 hours. So on those draggy minutes, I tended to put it down. So, and this is a lot of, with each, after you do like 2 or 3 rows, your mesh, your chain of your next row extends by 1 chain. So at one point, I think by the time I quit, I was up to chaining 9 in betweening single crochets. So Yeah, I was pretty much just done. And with me being sick, even though I've been drinking water out the wazoo, I have been getting a little dehydrated, so my skin's been a little bit more extra dry, and I haven't been putting my lotion on. So it just felt like I was crocheting through mud with this thing. And I think it was more I was getting biased to the pattern or the project rather than all of it being because I was sick. I'm gonna be real with you. Um, well, it might help if I actually opened my bottle. So, um, it will hold. Now, I am filming this late. I pushed it to. I really was hoping I would feel better by this time. I would the next this video, but obviously I'm not. And I'm not sure why it's sticking with me so bad this time. The last time I got sick from my son and my grandson, um, and the reason I did quotation marks because I wasn't 100% sure that that's what I got this time. But it's so similar to the last time I got something from them that I think it might be because that one. And normally I don't get sick. Um, I got a pretty good immune system, and if I do, it's only a sniffle or I might have a sore throat for a night, and then it would be done. Not this time, and not the last time. So, um, honestly, it's my daughter-in-law doesn't go anywhere. So basically, it's wherever my son he's a pipe fitter. He installs fire systems or sprinkler systems for fire suppression, and he's around a lot of people every day, day in, day out. So I'm not surprised that sometimes he'll bring something home. Um, and I can't stop loving on my grandbaby, so you know, and he loves to cuddle with his grandma, so I'm gonna get sick, and that's okay. I really, and my daughter-in-law was like, don't, I think it was 4th of July, I think, or the day before 4th of July. I can't remember. They came up and I, I hold my arms out every time they come up, and I hold my arms out, and he runs into them, and I pick him up, and and she's standing there, like don't kiss on him, don't get in his face. He's sick. I'm like, whatever, because I am so nonchalant. Because usually it doesn't hit me that bad, except that last time. Not the last time I got a little sniffle, but the big time. So anyway, sorry, y'all know me. I get going on tangents. So anyway, back to this. I am filming this at the last minute, so I might not have time enough to fill this up and take pictures to add it here for you to see. Oh, hi Maya. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Maya. Tell me, you pretty girl. It's my grandpup. Maya. Anyway, so yes, baby. Yes, pretty girl. Oh, she's such a pretty girl. But um and just like that, Maya made me forget about what I was saying. Oh, so I might not have time to fill this up and take pictures and put it up here. If I do, great, I will put it up. If not, I will show you on my next video. I don't, but all right, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna put these two side by side. So it's like twice as deep almost, and probably 1.5 times the circumference. So sorry about that. Sorry. All right. So let me notate that so my son can knock that out. But anyway, it is about. I mean, it's really substantial, you know. So it might not be. It's a few rows short of the original that I did, but it's still. It would hold. I mean, we're talking. Yeah, it's gonna hold a lot. So I could probably put 4 to 5 beach towels in this puppy. So it is a good pattern. I like the pattern. I like the resulting bag. I don't like how long it's taking me. And if I'm gonna make something to sell, one, I want it to be either A, quick or enjoyable. Or quick and enjoyable. But it has to hit one of those points. So this, although it doesn't hold as much, hit both of those points with me. This hit neither of those points this last time. The first time, I think I got tired of it too. I was just like, come on, can I get finished with this thing? It didn't take me as long as it did. I mean, like I said, this took me the course of 2 days, although I wasn't working on it steady. The first time but you know, sometimes the first time you do a pattern, it takes you a little bit longer. I mean, not by much, but especially when it's a mesh open weave type thing. But I don't know that I'll do it again unless I have a request for a big market bag or a big open beach bag. Um, because I won't get my time back on it. I the value of it will not reflect that. Does that make sense? The cost of it. And I don't mind it if it's enjoyable. But this wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know that I'll make it again. That being said, I still would recommend it because your patience, your enjoyability level may be better than mine. So I will link that down below. Um, I used, I think, my go-to clover, which is a 4.5, the 4.5 millimeter. Um, Typically, that's what I like to use when I reach for my cotton yarn. Uh, Now, I will say, I told you I was looking for different things to use up my cotton yarn, right? Yep. I told y'all that. So, I used up, I've got a lot of little flats. And by flats, I mean flats, you know, just little deflated little balls of yarn. I haven't found a little, now, I've seen them called headscarves. I've seen them called headbands. I haven't tried any of those yet, but I will. I've tried bandanas. I've been doing bandanas. Now, I have a few. I I've looked at numerous patterns for bandanas, trying to see what I wanted to try. Now, Isabella with Breathing Yarn. She's got that YouTube channel, Breathing Yarn, here on YouTube. She did one, I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago. Looked so cute on her. She's got, I don't know if it's her personality or her head structure, face structure. She could pull off the bandana. So cute. And hers was, I don't know if she ever linked the pattern. I never looked. Because at the time, I didn't really want to make bandanas. They wasn't on my radar. But when I was looking at all this yarn, thinking what small projects could I do to use up some of these balls of cotton that I got. So that was the first one I looked up. Granny stitch bandanas. I really didn't see anything that struck my fancy. And it could be the fact that y'all don't come at me. I love all crochet. I'm just not a huge granny stitch person. Okay? I like granny squares, but I like them solid. The typical granny stitch aesthetically doesn't light me on fire. You know, it doesn't make my brain go, ah, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm going to show you, but I went looking for other styles. Now I've seen a beautiful shells one. I don't think that blanket really converts well to a bandana. I seen multiple tiny granny squares added together. That looked very stiff. It didn't have that natural pretty drape that a bandana has. So I went through so many. And then I seen a YouTube tutorial from PassioKnit Kelsie. And I will link her tutorial down below. She had now I did see that she had a granny stitch one, but we've already said I wasn't looking for that. But she had a simple double crochet one, a simple double crochet stitch, and I was like, I like that in its simplicity for 2 reasons. I like the drape of it, but you could also, and we've already established that I like color, but I have a lot of different colored cotton yarn, multicolored. I have some variegated, I have ombres, I have, just, I have lots of different options, right? So I thought, and with acrylic or cotton, if I have a beautiful yarn, I like to keep the stitch pattern simple. So I did her pattern. And Kelsie, she's on the younger side. Maybe early 20s, I think. Sorry. But I love the way, I don't know if she designed it. I think she did because she did the tutorial on it. But I love the way she taught this old dog a couple new tricks. I'm going to tell you. All right. I've done different kind of Picot edgings. She taught me a different way. I've never done a standing, I don't know what she called it. I don't know if it was a standing single crochet, but basically you put a single crochet and then you put a single crochet on top of that. So basically you're making a thicker double crochet so that you get the height without that double crochet gap at the beginning with just your chain 3. So anyway, this is the one of the bandanas that I made. And I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of her. I don't know what she calls it. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't look it up. I wrote in my notes, I just said simple, solid double crochet. I know that's not what she probably calls it. I think she called it a Picot bandana. But anyway, so I really liked how she did this. I did a couple little things different, and usually I don't deviate the first time, and I didn't. But the way she had cut her yarn after she had done her Picot edging, yeah, I was just trying to have less ends. Y'all know me. I don't love to do weaving in ends, but after that blanket, I didn't want to be weaving in more ends than I had to. So that being said, I highly recommend this pattern. If you're looking for, I mean, look, it just has just such a soft drape. And I'm not going to put it on because we already established I'm not a hat nor a bandana type person because my head and face just don't support it. But I mean, it's cute. It just, it has a pretty little drape. Now, I did one. This is Big Twist. Hang tight. I have its little flat little thing here. Flamingo Splash. Now, I think these are the old color names that Big Twist had. But I have like 6 balls of this puppy. And I love this one. And I think I have some in coral, like a orangey, peachy, corally color. I want to make one of these bandanas in that too. But I really love how the color plays out across those double crochets. So I did that one in the Flamingo Splash. This one is in the Water Lily. And these are old names from Big Twist now. But I love this colorway. I think this is by far one of my favorite colorways that Big Twist has. Oh, and these originally I did, this was my very first one. And I'm going to show you the size difference. It's I mean, you could definitely tell a size difference. Now, this was the Blueberry Speckle. And while I love the yarn, I'm not sure that I liked how it come out on this. It's not bad, but if you look at it from any distance away, the colors just don't pop. The little speckles of blue and purples, they just don't pop as much as they should. But anyway, what I was saying is this was my very first one. And I used my 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. And it came out small. And I'm like, why did it come out so tiny? Now, this will be a perfect teenager or a child's bandana or a grown-up with a smaller head. Wouldn't be me, even if I could wear them, because I don't have a small head. So, I wasn't worried about gauge or anything because it's a bandana. So, I realized that Kelsie used a 5 millimeter. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll do that. I'll play by the rules for a second. So that's when I did the water lily next. And then I was like, okay, I like that size. So I stayed with that. Now, I don't mind the drape. The drape is still nice with the 4.5 and the big twist. But I did end up using Lily Sugar and Cream cotton, and the drape would not have been as nice with the 4.5 millimeter. I know that. So I'm glad I did go ahead and switch to the 5 millimeter. Now, this one right here is a old Crafter Secret color that I got from Hobby Lobby back in 17 or 18 when they were having that clearance. It's a pale blue and a pale pink. And it's just a nice soft color. I actually really like it. I have one or two of those, I think, left. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. I think I have 2 left. I don't have its little squashed piece on my desk, or I'd tell you that colorway. I reached for my Lily Sugar and Cream, and I made one in beach glass, because, I got all that beach glass on clearance. I really like this one. And I didn't know that I would like the solid color, but I think I might make some in the mod blue that I got on clearance, and the pretty and pink and the hot pink. Because, well, actually, oops, what did I do with that? Oh, I put it way over there. Ah, poo. Because y'all know I was making my spring fling bag. And I've made the rectangles for it, and I only need probably about maybe a yard, 3 feet of each color to sew them all together. And I haven't done that, I know. But I've been on the bag and the bandanas, So I haven't made that. I haven't finished that. But in my defense, I would not be up to sewing the liner right now. I have spent more time in my recliner in this last week than should be humanly possible. And my behind is getting sore. But I literally have no energy to do anything right now. And it's like what little bit I am able to eat is only giving me energy to stay awake and to do a little bit of crochet. I haven't really had the energy to do anything else. So anyway, sorry. But go back to the spring fling bag. Those colors, the mod blue, I had yellow, which I don't know that I'll do a solid. I might do a solid yellow. I might, but I have another color that I want to show y'all in yellow. So hold on one second. So I had the mod blue, the yellow, the hot pink, and the beach glass. Well, I liked how the beach glass went, so I might do the mod blue and then the hot pink and pretty and pink. And I might do a solid yellow, because you know what? Everybody has different taste and everybody likes different flavors, right? That's why Baskin and Robbins was so popular. So I did this one. This is a Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. And I'm wanting to say I got this at that clearance too. This was back when they had Lily Sugar and Cream still at Hobby Lobby. So y'all know it's been a minute. But this I bought because I think it has something, the name was Daisies or something. And my late mother, her favorite color was yellow. She loved yellow roses and she loved daisies. Those were her two flowers. So I had bought, I want to say probably 8 of these balls of the, since it's multicolored, they're probably like 3 ounces, 3 or 3.5 ounce balls. I bought all they had at the clearance sale. So I think it was like 8 balls. And I said I was going to make something, you know, as a tribute to my mom. And it's so funny because mom would have rocked this. She would have worn this, and I have her ears. She don't care. She would not have cared at this point. Now, I lost my mother when she was 65, and she was at the point in life she didn't care. she would she would have showed those ears off, and she wouldn't have. If I made it, she would have worn it. But this would have looked. She had now her natural hair color was a medium to dark brown. Um, Now, my mom was half Cherokee. No, 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 no. Sorry about that. My mom was 3/4 Cherokee. My grandpa was half because his father was white and my great grandmother was Cherokee. She was full blooded Cherokee. Um, and my mom dyed her hair jet black. And she was so funny. She would like the blue black. Now, back in the old comic days, uh, Wonder Woman had the blue black hair in the comic books. And that's what my mother loved. She loved that hair so black that she liked that little blue flare. Um, but usually, usually my mom covered up. She had a little skunk. She had a little skunk trail in her natural hair, but she mostly covered it up. And I told her, I said, I wish you would let that go natural because I thought it was just the coolest thing. Now she didn't have any other gray hairs, and that came from I think that came from my grandfather's line, the Cherokee line, because he did not dye his hair and he didn't have gray hair and he lived, I want to say almost 70 maybe. I can't remember. My laptop making strange noises over here. But anyway, so this would have looked awesome with her dark hair. I think it would have looked beautiful with her natural colored hair too, but um, I think this colorway was Daisies or something along those lines. And I know I'm horrible for not having that information. I really like how it come out. Um, and I might end up, if I do one of those little headbands type things, I might do one in that color to kind of have a set. I don't know yet. Now, those are all my simple double crochet bandanas. And if you can't tell, I really like this pattern. So I will probably be doing a lot more of these. Now for the other bandana I made. I don't not like it. I like it. And I wanted to stay simple at first in the color because of the fact that I didn't know how the granny stitch, how I would like it. So I made this one. And it is in beige just a simple beige cotton by Big Twist. Now, the one thing I will say about this Big Twist, I love the drape. Now, this is the Lily Sugar and Cream with the 5mm. So it does have some drape, but not as much as the Big Twist. So I might end up, if it doesn't get too big, I might end up trying a 5.5 on one bandana to see if I get a little bit more drape. Because I do like when it drapes that pretty. But this one right here, I had found, let's see. All right. I had looked at a lot of different patterns to see if I liked any of the granny stitch patterns. And like I said, none of them was appealing to me. So I was going to call out one, but I really didn't use that pattern. I looked at it and I read it, and I didn't see anything that I liked about it. For one, they started off with a magic circle. I would not start off with a magic circle with a bandana at all. Now, my the simple double crochet ones, Kelsie started off with a chain 2 and working back into the first chain. And I liked that. So, sorry about that. sorry. But anyway, I did that. And basically, honestly, I used what I learned off Kelsie's pattern to make this, just in a granny stitch. Because on my turn rows, I didn't do a chain 3. That's what most of the patterns were having you do anyway. I just did Kelsie's single crochet and then single crochet on top of that. So I told y'all, this young crocheter taught this old dog a new trick. And I like it. Because you get that edge that you wouldn't get with a chain 3. And I like it. So I don't mind learning something new, and I don't care how old the person is that teaches me. So anyway, basically that's what I did. I did a typical granny stitch, and I tried to go as long as one of the other bandanas. And they had different patterns had different edgings. I seen a scalloped edging. I seen a Picot edging. I seen a actually I did see a crab stitch edging, I think. Or is that just one of my ideas? I don't know. This junk is all fogged up. But anyway, not having done a crab stitch that I remember, I decided to go back with the Picot. Now I did change how I positioned my Picots on this pattern because I wanted them to fall in the middle of the 3 double crochets of the granny stitch, and I like how I did it. So I might do this again in a different color. I don't know if I would use a variegated or multicolored, only because I don't know how that would work up with the granny stitch. What do y'all think? Should I try another granny stitch? I didn't mind it as bad as I thought I would. Now I do like the simplicity of this color because I think it would look really, really good against dark hair. Someone against my hair color, nah, probably not. Unless you're going for a subtle, neutral look. Could be doing that now. But anyway, I think I have talked quite long enough. I don't know what I have going on in my head next. I do want to get my spring fling bag done. It just all depends on this. And like the last time I filmed my video, I napped for 4 hours afterwards. I don't think I'm going to have that today, even though I am very tired. I just seen something. Okay. Oops. All right. So, sorry about that. I seen a colorway that I know I'm going to do a bandana in. Now, you know how I said the water lily? Which I don't think that's even the name of the new Big Twist colorway now. It's the same color. It's just they renamed the colorway. That is my favorite in Big Twist cotton. This is my favorite. This one and the purple ombre. These two are my favorite in the Lee Sugar and Cream, I think. No, I like the Ahoy too. But I think I'm going to do a bandana in this. Even though I don't wear them, I think this would be beautiful. This is the color Hippie, Hippie. Hippie. But isn't this gorgeous? And y'all know I'm a purple and a blue girl. Not to say I don't like my other colors, because obviously I do. But those are my two favorites. I think I might do one in this. But anyway, I do want to get my spring fling bag finished so that I'll have two of them. And then I'll probably work on some more bandanas because that is like really fun to just whip up. They'll take that, they take me a couple hours. I don't know if I've actually timed it, and I've not done one start to finish sitting in one time. So maybe I need to figure out how long it takes me. Or maybe not. It really doesn't matter. I've told y'all, it's not about how fast I can do it. It's about the work, the journey, the stitches. It's all of that for me. And we all know I got to have something to keep my hands busy. But what are y'all working on? Let me know. Because I'd love to hear some projects. I'd love to hear some ideas for different cotton accessories that y'all can think of. But for now, I think I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy your time. Enjoy those you enjoy being with. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.